And there we go, a admittedly very simple hut that is been built. It's just out of trapdoors and spruce stuff, so I could probably make it a little bit better here and there, but it's going to do the job. Now what we want to do in here is there actually isn't much room in here at all. I probably could I can't squeeze a chest in anywhere because of the way I've placed it, so I might need to adjust a couple of things, but let's get a couple of things and put it in here, and then we'll go in and get changed. And now it's time for the big reveal. Let's come out here, let's get into a nice prominent position. As you can see, I've taken off all my armor. Let's turn around and have a look. And I'm actually pretty happy with this. Let's actually take off the things out of my hands. So I am there, and perhaps we'll go into a little bit better place. So there we go. Just a nice Christmas tree and some nice jeans instead of my usual black and white. And I probably didn't quite do the belt right, but I do have a nice belt to go around it as well. It's very, very nice, I reckon. And I think I'm going to keep this skin for quite a while. It's actually been quite a nice skin change, so I might see if I keep this for a little bit longer as well. Might be a little bit cramped in here, but we do have a armor stand to hang your old skin on, or your old clothes on, and a bit of a chest to store them in. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go get changed. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Outlanders. We are in the shopping district where we've got something very special to build. As you can probably tell by the title of this episode, we've got ourselves Christmas stuff to do. And the very first thing we need to do is change our skin. But we don't want to do it out in the open here. No. We're going to start and build a little hut somewhere over here, I reckon. Oh no, I think that space is taken. I think if we build it just over somewhere around here, should be good. Next, over here. Let's go over here next to this iron hut. So if we just do something nice and simple, we should get ourselves a nice hut to change our skin in. Change into something a little bit more Christmassy. So let's build this up and see how we go. Not like that. After a little bit of discussion, we're going to continue with what Mira's doing. She'll do the outline of the island, and then we want to go to about 3 or 4 blocks, I believe, off sea level. So that's going to mean quite a bit of terraforming. Here's 3, you can see there's 4 and 5. So we've got quite a lot of stuff to get rid of, but it is going to be helpful because we've got quite a bit of water to get rid of. So let's get started, and I'm going to cut here and go to a little bit of a time-lapse, I suppose, and see how we go. Now, the first job of the Christmas decorations is to figure out exactly where and how we're going to build this thing, and go from there, obviously. But I think we're going to go with a little island or set of islands just off the shopping district. It's, as you can see in the coordinate, 1500 and 600, and it's got quite a bit of landscaping to go. Mira's obviously over there starting the work, but I'm not exactly sure where I want to go or how I want this to go. It's a little bit weird because what I want is some kind of building over here where you get your Christmas person who you're going to give it to, and they get the same. I also want some roads, I want some snow, I want gingerbread houses if I can figure out how to do those. So quite a few places, and of course red and white candy canes, and it's all going to be with snow, I believe. So we might need to get ourselves a couple of snow golems to start, snowing up this area. But for the time being, let's see what we can do here to make this a little bit better and help Mira with the island. Anyhow, after that little mishap, I've managed to fix it by basically logging in and out, but I've just logged back in for a second and I found this little baby turtle. I've forgotten how cute they are. Just tiny little baby things. And of course the adult is somewhere around here as well. But yes, those things are really cute. Aside from that little distraction, I have done quite a bit of work up here. You can see I've leveled out this land. There used to be the island here and the island here, and we've now got ourselves a very flat area, which is just the way I like it. I like nice flat areas to work with. So we should begin a process of snowing it up, and for that I'm actually going to have to, actually get some snow, which might be a problem because I don't know where any is. So I might have to go hunting for some and collect it and of course bring it back here to get some snow golems going. Oh look, actually it looks like I missed a few bits here. But you can see just down here, the massive hole, so it's probably not the best, especially since there are creepers down here spawning. So let me get rid of those and then I'll go and get some snow. I'm sorry, I just had to cut the time lapse there. I've just got myself killed somehow, and you can see I am completely invisible. I don't have any health potions, I don't have any invisibility potions I should say, but yes, I am completely invisible. It's just, even with my armor on, it's weird. I'm gonna have to see if anyone else can hop on and see me. After a little bit of time, I've actually figured out that if I were to put snowmen and then the snow golem on top of it, the pumpkin on top of it to make a snow golem, the top snow is actually all going to melt, so that's not going to work, at least the original plan. So what I'm going to do now is just set up this little snowman here and pick away, so you can see auto clicking away to get the snowballs, and it's working reasonably fast. It does of course mean the shovel gets destroyed quite a bit, and I am going to need to find a way to store all this snow because it isn't the best path, but this is going to be a little bit of a task, so let us skip now and go to the part where I've actually got all the snow. Exactly like this. So that is actually a good contrast, I believe, a bit of white and a bit of brown, and that should mark off a very nice snow area. So we've got a lot of work to do and a lot of time to, well, not much time to do it in. So let's put the snow in and get started on the rest of the Christmas area. As you can see, I've now finished off the snow area. It's not as good as I'd like to see it. It's just a little bit off. I probably should have gone with the less lazy option and actually removed this top layer and put the snow in, but never mind. It's still good enough. Now you can see over here I've done a little bit of work. I've made a small candy cane and I forgot to do that. It's probably not the best one looking at the board. I probably should have a little bit more curvy. And I've also made myself a little gingerbread house. This is just supposed to be a prototype, I suppose, looking for the rest. So what we want to do is just make a few more of these, and I've had an idea. If I can get some grass in here as well, some tall grass, that would be brilliant. So let's keep working on these candy canes as well as get a few grass bits. As you can see, I've done quite a little bit more work on these candy canes, and I'm starting to think there's just a little bit too many. They just seem a little bit crowded and not quite what I'm looking for. I might try and see if I can get a slightly different feel for it. Maybe putting it every 10th one instead of every 5. That might work a little bit better. So, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'll see what others say and go from there. Now, one more thing that I thought would go well in here is a couple of spruce trees. So I'm thinking a couple of trees in here, some grass, which I did try earlier and didn't quite work. So I'm going to have to work that out as well. Some other things as well. So there's a fair bit to work out around here. But for a start, we need to go get some spruce trees, some spruce logs and some spruce leaves. And then we can get started on the sprucing up of this area. Just like that, sprucing up when I'm using spruce logs. A little bit punny there, I guess. Believe it or not, this is my first attempt at a custom tree, and personally I think I did a reasonable job. There's a little bit here and there that I'd like to change, and of course I don't have any shears on me, but I think it's pretty okay. I'm probably going to pare back some of these bits here and there, like these leaves sticking out here. I don't think they're quite there, but overall I think I've done a pretty good job, and it's just supposed to give a little bit more brown and green to the area, so that is so far a success. So let's put a few more trees in as well. And of course we can put small bushes like this. I think that would work well. What we really should do is find a trader that has spruce or leaves or similar leaves, and then we can put some of those around as well. Now, one of the other things we need to do is not be stuck on the loading screen, but be coming to this screen. Now, one of the things we want to do is also build a bit of a sleigh. Now, I'm not entirely experienced in this kind of stuff, so I'm just going to be free-handing it. But we do want to make it reasonably sized. So if we make it 5 across, I think 5 across. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another one here. And this is just going to be the bottom of the sleigh, so we do need to have this go up reasonably fast, and this one curve round. So if we make this, if we make this side the back, and the other side pointing off into this direction, the front, we should be able to get something like this, I reckon, would be good. I'm not very good at this, but we will work it out. So, I'm going to work on this a bit and show you my progress in a few seconds, or at least for you. After a little bit of work, I think I've managed to get a reasonably looking sleigh. It's probably not the best in the world, and I think it actually needs to go a little bit higher on this right side, over here. But overall, I think I've done a reasonable job. This side should be the same height as the other. So, what we should do now is I actually want to get a couple of llamas, if I can, possibly those wandering trader llamas, and hook them to the front. Now, how I do that is going to be a little bit interesting, given that the sleigh looks like this. It's probably too tall now, and the reindeer would probably be ground level. So I probably should either construct some or make some new places. But overall, I think I've done a pretty good job here. Actually, I had a bit of a thought. Because the sleigh normally goes straight up, like a bit angled and then straight down again, this should work. So now that block is there. So what I want is to have some kind of fences. So if I had some spruce fences, I think, or possibly other fences, maybe light brown, I'm not entirely sure. But if I have some fences going around, that should help me contain the llamas when I get them in. So I think that's another good idea there. So let's go do that. You know how you learn something new every day? Well, I just learned something new, and that thing is that you can put buttons on top of fences. That's actually pretty cool. I never knew you could do that. Although thinking about it, it probably makes sense. So that actually opens up a new possibility. I could probably put some coloured buttons on top of these things as well, potentially. That's opening up a new avenue of things. I might actually decorate some of these fences with some buttons and make it look just that little bit better. Anyhow, with that new discovery out of the way, I've got ourselves some neat, nice areas for our llamas to go into. I'm probably going to take a little while to put the llamas in, and might take quite a bit of time because I actually don't have any llamas in the area, and I'm not sure if the wandering traders are going to spawn frequently enough to fill this thing, but it's a start. I think if I just put 2 or so in, people will get the idea. With the sleigh mostly built, I think it's time we worked on the redstone side of it, or at least the gift dispensing. So what we're going to do is try for something a little bit different to last season, and put in 2 bits. So if we do this, put in 2 dispensers, and then an anvil and a storage chest. Anvil here, storage chest above there, or storage barrel. Anyway, the idea is we put our names in here, and actually we don't need this left side, but it's just to look good. So we put our names in here, and something else in here, which I'll reveal in a few seconds. We get a piece of paper, we rename it, and put it into the barrel. On the day itself, we draw a name, and then we draw their naughty or nice thing. So this is going to be filled with naughty or nice, and you can see there that's probably not the best place to put it, but we put it. Will that do? Yes, it will. So we put in the naughty or nice, and see if the person's been good or bad this year. And then we give an appropriate gift, depending on whether they're naughty. Well, that's a bit bad. Naughty or nice. So let me just get another barrel and then write up some instructions. Okay, so we've got some rather simple rules here. We've got ourselves a barrel on the left. Just rename the piece of paper on the central barrel. So from here. Then we got draw a name by pressing the button on the left, and see if that person has been good or bad by pressing a button on the right. Please only enter the Secret Santa can give a gift, and gifts are supposed to be given before the 25th of December, so the person can actually do that. Now, I don't think we're ever going to finish off this, but I do need to rename some pieces of paper after sleeping to good or bad, or naughty or nice, to be fair. So now I've got the 16 naughties, 15 nices, so I just want to test a couple of things. So if I press a button, I get a nice. If I press a button again, I get naughty, and that should continue away like that. I got a nice again, naughty again. So let's put those back in and actually rename one ourselves. So this one, we know what to do. We just need to put it in and rename it Magpie, with a capital M. And so everyone should know who that is. Let's put it into the barrel, and it should make its way into the dispenser for easy finding. So we're going to leave this for the next week or so, because it is currently a little few days before this video actually releases. So in the few days, I'm going to go over and actually see what my name is. So I'm going to put that probably in the next video and see how we go. But we've still got a little bit more decoration we want to put into here, see what we can do with this massive snow area. However, I don't think I'm going to do most of that on camera because, well, quite frankly, I don't have any idea what I'm going to do, and most of it's just going to be random building, which I'm not particularly built at doing off the cuff. So I think I'll leave that and hopefully come back to this area next episode to draw a name and give a fantastic, or perhaps not fantastic, present to whoever we draw. Personally, I'm hoping it's one of my staff. It's probably Mirror, B-Boy, or who else is there? Sharp, or Mirror. Did I say Storm as well? I hope I get one of them so I can give them a pretty good present as a good thank you, and I might do it anyway because they've been quite good in helping me manage the Discord server and our private Discord server, as well as the realm in general, or server in general. But that is going to bring an end to today's video, so I hope you've liked it. I hope you like my new skin, which I'm going to show off once again. This nice red and blue one that I designed pretty recently. I actually had quite a number of people say that they liked this skin much better than my normal skin, so it might be time to visit the tailors soon and see if I can get a new permanent full-time skin that suits me better than my normal one, which I like it, my original one, because it's nice and black and white, which is supposed to be my thing, but then again, it doesn't look the best, so I guess we'll look into that. But once again, thank you for watching. I hope you've liked this video. Have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.